side of it for
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Have to be one of the games of the year, right? Of the season.
A mental thing. I think they are not thinking we are going to top 5. No.
It's trying to find the right balance among the pieces.
One game, so it can be any game. So we need to try to improve, to rest the players, work really well, and prepare a tough match, because with us it's always a tough match.
Do you understand why we ask about Kobe? Because he's homegrown.
Yes, of course. Of course, I understand, and my job is to answer. But I'm trying to answer always the same thing, and you ask me always the same thing. I understand what you are saying. You love Kobe. He starts for England, but that doesn't mean that I need to put Kobe when I feel that I shouldn't put Kobe. So it's my decision.
Do you feel, though, that for all you say about the academy, that you don't actually trust the academy?
Why?
Because you never pick any players.
Any players we have Kobe Mino.
Well, Lacey.
But Lacey in difficult situations. In Lacey, sometimes when Brian is not there, I put Ahmad because I have other wing backs to play, and sometimes it's hard. So you are asking me why I don't put Lacey to play when I have other guys that are international and also they are in the bench. So I try to put the best guys, the prepared guys for this moment of the club, and try to win a game. That's the only thing, guys.
Ruben, when the team has the opportunity this season to step on and push up the league, to move into the top 4, top 5 areas, there seems to always be a setback like tonight. Do you think there's an issue with their belief, that coping with the pressure of the moment?
I don't know. I think it's a clear fact, but I think it's not a mental thing. I think they are not thinking we are going to top 5. No. I think it's some moments we play good, sometimes we play bad, and we are not getting the results.
Do you think Diogo and Matthias will be okay for the next game?
Who?
Diogo Dalot and Matthias de Ligt, will they be okay for Wolves?
I think so. We'll see.
For the club, crosses were an issue for the club as well. How close do you feel you are to making it a strength of West Ham rather than a weakness?
We are trying. First of all is to realize that was a problem that we are slowly trying to fix. We have conceded many goals from set pieces before. Now I think we are getting stronger and stronger, and the way I think is to try and take advantage of on offensive. It came today. Even the first situation with Jared that did an amazing job. But that's the point, and you know how much important are the set pieces in the game. They are basic and fundamental for any kind of team.
How do you go about changing it?
Sorry?
How have you gone about changing it?
Working, repeating, trying to find, in terms of offensive, the delivery, the consistency of the delivery. In terms of defensively, trying to mark the strong opponents that we're going to find. In these days, how much important are the blocks. I think Alphonse is giving a big help on that aspect also.
Just what have the guys in midfield given you different in these last few games?
Energy. They are very young, all of them. Very young, very young. And I think they are growing together. They are slowly understanding them and the complicities. I think this is what makes a good midfield. It's not individual. You cannot put together 2 players and expect that will click immediately. I think they are slowly progressing in knowledge and complicity.
Were you missing that energy before?
Sorry?
Were you missing that energy before, you think, first time?
When you say before, when you say before?
Before they started playing
together. Yeah, that's what I said. It's trying to find the right balance among the pieces in the midfield. I think with that, what creates a good midfield.
Maybe because you've been so successful during your time here that when things aren't going perfectly, there are a lot of questions. But you're second in the Premier League, you're in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, well placed in the Champions League. I think you're second or top scorers in the Premier League. That when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, that you perhaps would have taken this position now if you were offered it in the summer.
Yes, So always I try to see how is the team developing, and some, you know, that is my feeling. I want to feel that we are getting better. Of course, being close in the top of the league, in the Champions League, if we had taken us all Leverkusen, would be in the perfect position. Now it's a little bit, will be more difficult, but myself from the beginning, I'm happy, I'm positive. I think the team will do well, and about what the people say, there's no time to training, and everything is judged for immediately. They don't have time, you know, to reflect a little bit in external situation. Lose a game, it looks like a disaster, it's a chaos, and going well, okay, now it's candidates to win everything, and you know, I think we have to be the managers today in all sports, and basketball, and here, and football, and all the times. Basketball, I'm saying, in Europe, on other competitions, have to be more. It had to be more. Everything is so quick, everything. It looks like when you draw points or result, everything is calm, you know? So, but it's not going to change. We have to. It's our duty to try to do it.
Pep, on Rodri, has he had a setback at all? And
No.
is it the knee that you're kind of holding him back over, or is it other
He
issues?
was a muscular injury against Brentford in a high tendon muscular hamstring area, and he's a bit more careful. And after what happened previous ones, when he setbacks happen, we are going to take more cautious and have no more prevention, but make a step more safe to don't do it again. So it's simple, but it's not step back. So the process, the recovery is doing well, and I start to make a training sessions on the pitch already. So hopefully in a few weeks he can start to be with us. When? My friend is desperate to know when, so I will tell you.
And just on the defensively, in 4 of the 6 years you've won the title, you've had the best defence in the league. Is the message?
Sorry?
In 4 of the 6 seasons you've won the
Yeah.
Premier League, you've had the best defence. Is the kind of message that you have to shore up the back line to properly challenge Arsenal this
It's
season?
not about backline. It's not just the backline. Backline have been good. It's not just about that. But of course, there are individual mistakes, the back four, yeah, sure, but it's not just about that. The reason why we suffered against Fulham was completely the opposite. Our aggression in a high pitch, we forgot to do it. We don't need to do it anymore.
You've used, say, the word anxious when you described Patrick Dorgu last week. Diogo Dallo used the same word after today. How do you go about solving the team maybe feeling anxious when they have a 1-0 lead? And what
I said that Diogo is anxious today.
No, last week you said Patrick Dorgu
yeah.
on the ball, so it's obviously similar. Diogo used the word the team felt anxious when they were 1-0 up today. How do you help the team get through that feeling?
I didn't feel the team anxious. I feel the environment a little bit anxious because it's normal, because we prove in the past and people understand that nothing is certain here, but we didn't draw because of that. We draw because in 1 second ball we have advantage, we let a corner, and the corner anything can happen.
Mr. Amarin, last season you made mention of the squad's physicality, you know, it was different in Europe compared to the Premier League. Today you mentioned a lot about second balls. Do you think the team has that necessary, the characteristics you talked about?
No, we can win second ball. We were winning second balls, and after the goal we lost a little bit the second ball, especially with Mateus. It's moments of the game, and that's why I try to put Manu and Mason Mount. They are aggressive, trying to win the second ball, and that can happen in moments of the game, not all the time.
So is that to be clear, do you believe that's a fatigue problem?
No, it's not. I don't know. It's more tactical than physical. It's to be prepared for fighting for the second ball. Maybe because we score a goal, we are a little bit more relaxed. I had the feeling that we had the game under control because the opponent is not even near our box. I don't know. I have to check.
Please forgive me for this question.
Of course.
Just press conference, you said I don't know multiple times, but also you do know the things that you want to do to improve them and fix them.
I said don't know today many
Across
times.
this press conference, you said I don't know in response to
This one more.
This one today.
Yeah, but when?
Yes.
When?
And I'm essentially asking you.
But when I say don't know, which question?
Let's move on.
Yep.
Robert.
Just on AFCON, you know now when you're going to have players available and
No, we are dealing with everything. They are going to play the next game, and that is the only thing I care.
Last question for Pete.
Hi Ruben. Didn't score against Everton here. A right back scoring tonight. Do you front three struggled again tonight? Do you feel that you have enough firepower to see your project through, or is that something you might consider looking at in the Challenge League?
No, we need to wait until January. We need to see what we are able to do. So I don't know. I really don't care about that in this moment. I just want to prepare the game with the players that we have, and we have to be better in the next game.
The goals conceded specifically, obviously the 4 at Fulham and the 2 against Leeds as well at the Etihad. You speak there about learning from mistakes or experiences and moving on. What has been your message to the group? What learnings do you take from specifically those 2 games? Because Sunderland at the weekend will present a lot of problems as well, won't they?
Yeah, you're right. And the 3 goals against Leeds and the 5 goals against Fulham as well. Yeah, you can see the 2 versions, right? So always we have done many good things. So how many shoots on target had Leeds? 3? I scored 2. Had 2 goals, but it's not bad. How many shots on target had? 4, maybe 6, 5, 6. So the average for the shoot and we concede is high. Had to improve. Of course, we had to improve. Of course. So all the goals was in the edge. We didn't have players there to defend in that position. Yeah, we would talk today, maybe tomorrow morning. But it's different opponent, different qualities. Like had Fulham, the way they play is a little bit different. The rhythm, physicality, Sunderland is impressed, but not just that. So with the ball, defensively, many good concepts. So, but yeah, of course, I don't like to concede 2 goals and 4 goals and 6 goals in 2 games. But at the same time, we are the team scoring the most, and we have to build from that. Have to done to fix these kind of things that we believe we can do better. Lose what we are is create chances and goals because we are built the team for that. But of course, so we concede 4 goals in games and 3 goals in games in golf. Will be so difficult. You have to be more solid. Yeah, right. But belong to everyone, not just for the keepers or defenders. I saw the game. I had the feeling, the diagnosis, what you have to do, and the players will know it today.
Can I ask about Ryan Aït-Nouri? Obviously, he came in the summer. The club spent a fair amount of money on him. Started just 3 games in the Premier League. I know he's had injuries, but is he taking a bit longer to settle than you'd hope?
Ryan played in the World Cup, was really good. Played in the season, played the first game against Wolves, played the second against the Spurs, and after we're injured. And after came Rico. And Nico O'Reilly have performed really well. Is the only reason, no more than that. We are really pleased against Ryan Nuri, and I know he's going to help us. He came not just for a certain period, for a long time. He knows the Premier League, can be ductile, can play outside, inside, can play in different positions. But now Nico's playing really good. And that is the only reason why. It's difficult for the players, even for you, and all respect, it doesn't matter. I could not care less. But for my players, of course, it's difficult to understand it, but it's the only reason why. The only reason why.
On that basis then, Nico has started 6 of the last 7. He came on at half-time for Ryan in the other game. Obviously, it's a lot of football, a lot of workload. Are you getting the sense that at some point he will need a rest over the next game, 2 games, 3 games?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That's why I rotate maybe too much, obviously too much against Leverkusen, but the only reason why it was that, is, to fresh legs, and look what happened in the second half against Fulham. Our legs could not run more. So there's a lot of games with energy that there was a decision why in Leverkusen and happened that because we dropped mainly because of the lack of energy in our intensity that we have in the first half, like regain a lot of balls, create a lot of chances. We play in a really good game in a tough place, and yeah, so maybe it's going, I don't know when, but yeah, but at the same time it's young. No, it's not, I don't know, Bernardo maybe or another players like they are already grandfathers. He's so young, he's a local teenager and recover well, and yeah, we see day by day.
Andy. Hi Pep, just check, is Rodri available this weekend?
No. It's getting better. If you are happy for my answer, it's getting better. So I don't know how long, but it's in the edge that in few years we'll be ready.
Is he ruled out for Real Madrid as well, or is there a chance?
Ask me in Madrid.
Fred?
Pep, again about the previous two games, like for a manager that is labelled or seen as someone that loves the control, it seems like you could have fun as well after at least the final whistle.
After the final whistle,
Yeah.
that was relief.
Or you can look the entertainment side of it for
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have to be one of the games of the year, right? Of the season. I don't know in these awards, right? In the month, they say the game of the week.
Yeah.
We are candidates. Fulham and ourselves, we are candidates to win that game. That's for sure. Definitely.
You are running a lot, like in terms
If I would be at home and so far watching that game, I said, I don't change the channel. I'm pretty sure the broadcasters are happy with us. They have a consideration to Marcos and myself, give me a bottle of wine for all of us. No, I'm not joking. I'm joking. Broadcasters must be happy. Might be. You were?
I was, absolutely.
Good. I pray for you.
I was having a bottle of wine. Can I ask about you've been running a lot, like in terms of like distance covered. I think it's above the average. Do you know why? Is that intended?
That's not good. That's not good. When you play better, you run less. You have to run a lot, but they have a good spirit. That is a good point. That is a good point. Because what happened last season we could run, but we didn't run. Our level was not good. It was all the time. So I'm not naive to understand that you have to, happen in 2 games. You have to try to, to do it better. So it's reality. But at the same time, I'm an incredible optimistic person and positive person, and I want to see the good things that we have done.
Went into today's game, third from bottom, and that's where you stay. How do you make sure that the players don't get tense and anxious? Because I know there's a long way to go, but you can look at the table and start to get a bit worried.
We cannot avoid it. It's a reality, and we have to face it. We are fighting to survive. Let's not hide it. And the results of other teams we cannot control. So it's up to us.
Following on from that,
Sorry?
Following on from that, the mentality of the team since you've come in, I think only Aston Villa have got more points for losing positions. How hard has it been to create that spirit, or was it already there and just needed tweaking?
No, it's everybody in the club realizing that we have to give everything, we have to give the best of us to go out of this situation. It's the reality. A club like us, as big as we are, we have to face the reality and go out of this situation so we can then move forward. And it's hard to build with urgency, but the boys are committed and we believe that we can do it.
You've been asked about back there. Is there any other team you used to be aware of?
Yeah, I think Crescencio, hopefully he returns soon. We miss him. We know what he gives to the team. Let's see. We need all the players.
You think he could be back?
I hope he can be back. I hope he can be back.
The last one, Daniel.
Is it too soon for Ollie Scholes?
Sorry?
Ollie Scholes.
Yes, Ollie Scholes has a medical appointment on the 8th, and we hope that he's going to be clear to full contact. He's training individually. He does parts of the session with the group, but without contact. So after the appointment on the 8th, I hope that he can join the team, because the reality, we're going to lose both of our fullbacks to the AFCON, and we're going to need him.
Pep, just on Rodri again, because you're being more cautious with the injury, are you waiting until maybe he's fit to start a game or have
Do you know
2
what
games
that
in a
means?
week?
Do you know what it means? Play without the best player in the world. 2 seasons ago, our main player, when they won the treble, played 70 games during 1 year and a half without him. Do you know what we miss? I want him back now, here. But he's suffering, struggling, because when I come back and he's living, but I want to protect him. I want to be sure right now that he can be injured, yes, but minimize the risk. This is what we want. He wants, I want, and all medical staff, physios want him. So tell me one team what the best player 1 year and a half is going there. Tell me. He suffer. So Rodri is another level of the players, another level. Rodri came the last 20 minutes against Fulham, put it in the middle, there, in the middle, and do you know what's the fact? Is make just his presence, don't touch the ball, the next 10 players, safer, better. They play better. Even he doesn't touch the ball, just for the fact he's there. During 1 year and a half, we didn't have him for that reason. And we try to, because one thing, they want him, and that's why it happened. There are players that are replaceables, not just how good they play, who create to the other one. Because the other one said, oh, I have Rodri there. Give it the ball, he's going to lose. He knows when the space is free to break, to shoot off plays, and the other one is unique. But I don't want to come back, because I want it desperately right now in Madrid or next one, and after 6 more weeks out. No sense. So I want to be sure that, okay, but now come back, have to make a pre-season. Have to, cannot play 90 minutes, come back again. You have an injured ACL, your body is completely different. You prove it again. That is the only reason why. But I want him, absolutely.
That was the question, really. He started 3 games in a week in September. He started 2 games in 5 days. Is that something that you're looking to do as soon as he's back?
But it's not a it's not a, I don't know what to say. One person said that guy has to play 32 minutes and 46 seconds that game. Not 47 seconds, 46. I would love to know it, but I don't know. And sometimes you play 3-0 out, but 1-0, 2-1. Rodri is so good there. I wouldn't have been. The decision you have to take always is for many things that honestly you don't know. You don't know. You don't complain today. It's longer than press conference, huh? I hear some rumors you were disappointed the last one. Huh? And I said, it's not my fault. They didn't ask me questions. No? No.
You weren't in a very good mood before. It was just
Always have this season a good mood. I'm more relaxed than 10 years ago against Sunderland, right? You were not there. Where you were? Are you happier now here or no? Good. Of course, you're happy to see me.
Can I ask, those 18 months out, how is Rodri mentally? It must be a lot to take on being out.
What will you do? You're a football player. You are a journalist. During 18 months, you cannot do your job. Tell me, how you feel? You want to write? You want to write? You want to inspiration your lectors how good you are, and you cannot do it. How you feel it? You feel it bad.
So it has to be very mentally strong.
Of course, and everyone, of course it's strong. It has to be strong, and in some moments it's sad, in some moments. I would not be happy if he's not sad. I would not be happy if he's not concerned about that. But now I have to be clean. I said, okay, it's the last step. I'm the birds to come by. Don't make one step, further to make 1,000 steps backwards. So that's what to try to do it. And because the season still is 1,000 million in front of us. Ahead of us, you have many nice things to live. It has to be there. It will be there. He has a World Cup there. And next season. As much we recover there will not be for now. It will be for the end of the season, next season. And that is the main thing.
Can I ask, with the running, is it too simple to say if you pass the ball better, you'll run less?
Not just the pass. If you dribble better, you run less, and many aspects. That the speed has to be there, and always have been there. I would say, always have been there. Otherwise, 18 titles in 9 years will not be possible. We run a lot. The spirit has been extraordinary, but we have built a team. The players that we have signed is for a specific way to play. And when we do it, and we start to do some things, we are more vulnerable. That doesn't mean no win or lose. We're vulnerable. You have to try to do it. And I know what I'm completely agree with him. So never is enough for us, always is just money. He commands perfectly. I know how much you spend the money. All the time is that I know that. Never is enough for us, and always is for granted. But that is the reality. We have to accept it and live with that, because we have built something unique in this club, in terms of success, in terms of many good things, and being second and lose. And always I learned for the years that you can lose. I'm sorry. The opponents are good, and I saw every single day, every single weekend, and every single game. I know perfectly how the opponents they are, and we can lose. And you cannot win all the time. The Premier League, you cannot do that. And the club has to understand it. I understand the first, so I don't feel. I feel a little bit when in Newcastle, something I cannot control. They don't allow us to take a result. That make me feel. But when the opponent is better, shake the hands, improve. You know, improve. It's only I think. I'm not thinking I'm perfect or good or the players are good. I want to win all the time and do incredible things. It's 1-5, 4-5, something wrong happened. What happened? Read it. For what? No happen again. This is the only main target. 5, score 7. Why the reason why 1-5? Why? Yeah, we have to do it longer. And when we start to do it, we concede 4, we concede 5, we concede 6. And that, sometimes football you are perfect. Leeds was 3-0 halftime, 4-0. One shoot on target, not even once. That is the team where we've been for many years. But after you score 2 times in the first action, a mistake, and you're doing that, okay, avoid it. You have to. Always I want the team getting better and grow and better. That is life. It's be better in every aspect in our life, be better step by step. This is what you have to do. You have to do. But sometimes, Man City lose, and what happened, This club was in main role for many times. In that position, didn't have a chance to win the Premier League. No, now we have for many years, we are there. Okay, continue as long as possible, we'll see at the end. If the Arsenal win, I will be the first to call Mikel and congratulate him, like he has done in the past. The first. And like, congratulate here Arne Slot last season. So, and do it. That when I want is improve as a team and accepting. But if you understand that you lose a game and everything is, disaster, okay. If you believe it's that the sport is in that level, it's fine.
Last one with Paul, please.
Hi, Pep. Just following on from what you're saying to Fred about the World Cup, how serious do you think England's chances are of winning it? England?
A lot. If you see the quality of the manager, a lot. If you see the quality of the players they have, the players that maybe will not go, be selected, the moment they believe it, they can do it. I think Thomas will convince them that they can do it. They're just, in all departments, they are really good. Really, really, really good. With Gareth make finals, semi-finals, finals, semi-finals, finals. So they are close. Remember, a bit like Spain. It was always there. It was there. And the moment they break it and won it, they're able to do it. So.
Yeah, but there seems to be that last step, like you say. Just what does it take to kind of bridge that little gap?
I've not been manager for a national team, and these tournaments are so special. It's a short competition. The tournament make tricky. Premier Leagues in long competitions, you have making mistakes. In these competitions, don't wait. Half bad afternoon, you are home. British Airlines come back.
Hi Renee, can we start with team news first? There was mention of Leah Williamson and Kim Little coming back before Christmas. Is there any update on that?
Yes, so both Kim and Leah will be in the squad tomorrow, so that's really positive news. They've been training with the squad and they both look good, so that's really positive.
Thank you. And you face Liverpool tomorrow, who are sitting at the bottom of the table. They managed to get a point against Chelsea. Do you think we're seeing one of the most competitive seasons of the WSL?
I think so far. I think if you compare last season to this season, it's different. You see it across all teams and games. All games are very competitive. We see it from our own perspective, and I also think that we have, of course, as after winning the Champions League, have a target on our backs, and we feel that the way opposition goes into games against us. So yeah, it's highly competitive, which is really good for women's football and the growth, of course, and attractiveness of the league. So also tomorrow we go into this game with a lot of belief and confidence. I think Liverpool being so low in the table is they haven't picked up enough points. But if you look at how their results have gone, and they drew against Chelsea their last WSL game, and it's 1 goal differences in their game. So I think they've been performing well. They haven't been rewarded with so many points. So very respectful of Chelsea as an opponent, and very respectful of the WSL as a league.
And you've had kind of a mixed start to the season. How do you assess where the team is now compared to where you might hope that it would be?
Well, I think, in all honesty, we wish we had more points at this stage. So that's definitely something we're not happy with. But where the team is at, I think if you look at the last block, the last block was a very demanding block with especially the 4 out of 5 opponents that we played against, and we always knew it was going to be challenging, and it was going to be about margins, and it was about margins. I think if you look back at the games, there's a lot of things we want to do better in our performances, but I also think we have dominated phases of games in those hard games. I think it's about moments and managing certain situations better in games. So that's definitely big learnings for us, but we don't think that we were far away against Chelsea. We were 2-0 up against Bayern, and then, like I said, we need to manage moments in games better, like we should have done better in the second half against Bayern. And I think that gives you a different starting point going into the North London derby. And then we win against Madrid, which is a really hard opponent. They had been winning and gathering a lot of points in the Champions League. So that was a good end to the block, but we put it in perspective, and it was very challenging games, and it was about moments, but we definitely want to do better in those moments.
I just wanted to touch on, there's been a few reports of kind of a disharmony in the dressing room and kind of a suggestion of like a rise in player power behind the scenes. I just wanted to ask if there's sort of any truth to those reports, and maybe what the atmosphere is like behind the scenes.
You know, I think we won the Champions League. I think historically Arsenal's been the most successful team in England, and there will be noise. There is noise, and there was an article, and that's all on the outside. We know what we're doing on the inside, and it's a high performance environment. So it's a very challenging environment. We demand a lot of things from each other, and it should be like that. I think if you go and have a look in any place internally, you see some really, really good things going on. But I think every group of people will have things that they have to manage and get through. I am very positive about where we are at, very positive, and I can say that full-hearted because I'm on the inside and I see what's happening. I'm happy with the squad. I think they deserve to be backed for everything they do. So we are in a process. I believe in the process, and we're going in a really good direction. So it's unfortunate that there's noise on the outside, but there will be noise on the outside.
And then lastly then, kind of looking at your attacking play in the final third, compared to what we've seen so far for Arsenal this season, like against Spurs, is there kind of a plan B to maybe mix that up a bit?
Sorry, can you ask me the question again?
In the final third, like the attacking play, the approach we've seen so far, like against Scotland, is there like maybe a plan B for that?
Yeah, no, we always, of course, we look at the qualities that we have in the team. We look at the opposition and what we need to create. Like I said, the last block, there was some learnings in managing scenarios and managing different game states. And that's something we've definitely picked up with the team. But we have so much quality in different things that we can do against opponents. And I think that's where you see the challenge in the league. You're challenged with high pressure against you. You're challenged with really structured and low blocks where players play with a lot of determination and ruthlessness in defending their areas. And there's so many different things you have to be able to manage in the league as the league is today. But yeah, we pride ourselves on dominating things and creating opportunities. I think I said it after Tottenham that we didn't create enough clear-cut chances in that game, and of course we've had a look at it on what kind of situations we set up and how we attack spaces in the box, and that's an ongoing process. It's you have this blanket and you want to cover everything constantly, but you can't. So that's we try to find the right areas to work with and try to do that as well as possible, and the players have been great. Thanks.
Hi Renee, nice to see you. I'm just going back to the article that came out, and I know you said just outside noise, but it did feel like a big deal, that article. There was a lot of reaction. Fans were quite alarmed by what they'd read. Just what were your emotions when you saw the article? Were you concerned, upset, angry? Just what were you feeling?
Nah, not so much. I don't read media, but I have to be across certain things, so I did read it. Not too emotional, to be honest, like I just said, because I think we have such clarity in what we're doing here. Then what's written on the outside? Well, emotion, maybe the emotion of I don't agree with it, and it's unfortunate that this is what's written about us whilst we're doing so many good things, and a lot of people invested in the process. So maybe that was the little emotion I felt or the thought I had, but not more than that. It's unfortunate because I think there's so many good things that the club has been doing for so long. I think pioneering the way. I think we did win, because we pride ourselves on winning trophies. We did win a big trophy last year, and of course we're not happy with certain performances or moments in games and results, and that's something we want to do better. I think that's probably the vulnerable position you are in. That's when people can start to write things. But I think media is important to us because you help develop the game and give that exposure. So it's positive. Well, in this case, it wasn't positive for us, but we have to find security and safety in knowing what we are doing. And like I just said, things aren't always constantly perfect. I think not a single sports team in the world has things that are being ran perfectly every single day, but we have a really good process, and we know where we're at the moment, and we know where we want to go.
Is there anything in particular you feel could be improved in terms of the culture within the dressing room, or do you not think there are issues there?
There are things on the inside, of course. We are happy with a lot of things, because if you look at the players having perspective on who they are and what they're a part of, it's about playing your role for the team and team first mentality. I think we're really going in a good direction, and that we're on a high level. We talk about how we seek understanding of each other. So an example is of experienced players and new players coming in, and how do we understand each other, and how do we bring all those different backgrounds that we come from, how do we bring them all together going in the same direction. I think we're doing a lot of good things. But like I said, everything is constantly a process.
And what about you, Renee? Your contract's up in 6 months' time. I just wanted to check, where are we in the discussions with those, if any have taken place? Constant positive interaction with the club, and I think that says everything about how invested the club is. Me, myself, with Claire, with Jodie, with Rich. So positive communication. I am happy in my role. I don't feel like I'm done with what we want to do, so I don't want it to end, and I look forward to more. So, but if there's something that can come out and clarity, then I'm sure me or the club will give you clarity.
Going back from the international break, just how's the past 2 weeks been? What have sort of the reflections been in that time?
No, it's been great. I think we haven't been that many players in the session, so because everybody's in. Luckily, we have players in national team, so a lot of them have been there, and the other ones have been training. And I like those sessions. I really like them. We are only 4 or 5 players on the field, but you can spend so much time of helping and supporting them. So I really like them. About reflections, yeah, definitely. It's always a time for a little bit of sum up the last weeks, but it was just 3 games, I think, between the international break, so not that many new things from it. I think we're in a good position with the team.
And just during the international break, some more recognition for yourself as well, winning the Manager of the Month for the 2nd month in a row. Just for you, how much do those individual awards mean to you? Do you branch them out to the rest of the team? Just what did that mean to you for the second month in a row?
No, I think everybody likes to be appreciated about the job that they're doing. I think we all, no matter what kind of job you have, it's always a special feeling with it. But I'm also so aware that it's not only me in this, and I also said that in the press release around it, that there's so many people that is working so hard for this team. So the prize is shared with them, of course. But of course, I'm happy. I think it's a proof that we have done good things lately, and so it means something, of course.
And during the international break, Sydney and Chiara unfortunately had to withdraw from the national teams. Just what's the latest on them? What's the update on their fitness?
Yeah, unfortunately they got some muscle injuries. They will not be able to participate in this coming game. So we'll see how it is in next week.
And obviously a couple of more longer term injuries in the past with Caroline and Alex. What's just the latest on their sort of recovery process at the moment?
Yeah, both Caroline and Lily Murphy has been training fully this week or last week. So both of them are able to be part of the squad again. So I'm really happy for that, of course. Alex is also moving forward. She's not there yet, but we didn't expect that either. So, but her progress is also going forward. So hopefully she's also taking big steps in the coming weeks.
How big a boost is that to have Caroline and Lily maybe available for selection this weekend?
Yeah, of course. I think just looking at the squad that has been playing the last weeks and so on, and adding these two players with their qualities as individual football players will of course give us more options, and also making the training sessions more competitive, because they are more players that is, let's say, challenging each other, and the tempo becomes higher and so on. So it's only positive things.
And of course now 3 games until sort of the longer winter break. Just how determined are you and the rest of the squad to kind of finish what's been already a really positive start to the season, and that sort of on a high with these next 3 games?
No, I think we have been very good in just working from week to week, and then we will definitely do that. I know it's only 3 games, but there is no thoughts in us, in the staff or amongst the players, that we are looking forward to the winter break. We are looking forward to the game in 2 days, and we're working so hard today, and we'll do it tomorrow also. So everybody's not thinking what's happening in 3 weeks, because we need to be here and now and focusing on Leicester. That's the only thing we have in our minds right now.
Yeah, and just finally for me on Leicester, what are you sort of anticipating from them this weekend?
No, I think it's definitely a team that has been up and down during this fall, and I think that there is some individual players that we definitely need to be aware of. They can defend low, and we expect that, I think, to be a team that is trying to make it difficult for us to create scoring chances, and they have some good transition moments also that we need to be aware of. So, but of course we are going there because to try to win the game. That is definitely, everything is about that, and I think we have a great chance for that too.
And on tomorrow with Leah and Kim, would they be fit enough to play all 90 minutes if required, or is it going to be more of a staggered return for them?
Yeah, no, not fit enough to play 90 minutes. And if you look at the difference, Leah has been away for much longer than Kim. So Kim is available for more minutes than Leah will be tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert. Hi, Rennie. I was first of all going to get your assessment of the Liverpool women team that you face tomorrow.
Yeah, they like I said, they've had close results. You see in the way they play. Like, for example, against Chelsea, how they put Chelsea under pressure, and I think Chelsea had a hard time getting out of their own half, and so I think they'll probably pride themselves, Liverpool, on their defensive structure and putting even the top teams under pressure, and I think they do that well. They did that well in that game. They will be missing some players tomorrow, I think, but I think their structure is strong. So, yeah, like I said, I think they have a lot of work ethic in their defensive structure, and I think they've had close results. And the league is like that at the moment this year, which is great. So they will really put questions to us. I think, especially in that defensive structure, what they can do when they get a little bit lower on the pitch, how they will try to counter-attack on us. We all have to manage those moments well.
And when you look at this game, it brings two former players that have joined, Taylor Hines and Olivia Smith. If you can talk about the progress they've made since leaving Liverpool.
Yeah, so I think everything they've said about Liverpool, they speak very positively about their time at Liverpool. We are, of course, very happy that they are with us. And I think if you look at Taylor's journey, it's impressive. The people that have been in the club for longer and know Taylor from before, from the time she spent here. And then she went on to a journey, and now she's back here. Everything we saw of Taylor last year, I was really positive about. Looking at her Liverpool, I think you never know until she's here how is that going to link and connect with the way we want to play. And it's above all expectations. She's been a very quick learner. I think she's really good at connecting with players around her. She has really good positional intelligence. And then everything that we had seen last year with Liverpool is that she has a really good athletic profile as well, with a lot of speed on the fullback position, is able to play different roles, whether that's inside or wide. And she's done that for us, so we're really happy with Taylor. And then Olivia, of course, she had to manage some things around her hip last block. She stayed home from Canada. She's fit, she's pain-free, and she's looking in a really good place. And of course, we're really happy with Liv and everything she's done for us already this season. She's a young player, so she's only going to get better. She's very invested, works really hard, and brings certain qualities that we haven't had in the team that we definitely wanted. And she brings that extra element to our game.
Great, we'll continue to the call now. Tim?
Yeah, hi Renee. Just seeking a bit of clarity on some other injury situations. Chloe Kelly, who came off in the England game on Wednesday night, and whether that's connected to the knee issue she's clearly been managing this season. Also, Daphne van Domselaar, that's 2 international breaks in a row. Netherlands haven't called her. What the issue was with her? Are you confident it's behind her, and are those players available tomorrow?
No, so to give you clarity, Daphne won't be available. She's been managing a quad tendon issue, and it needed an injection, so she won't be available for the rest of the block. And Chloe Kelly came back with an injury, a little ligament in the back of her knee, so she won't be available tomorrow, and I don't expect her to be available for the rest of the block, but we'll see.
And kind of tied to that on the goalkeeper front, obviously you've lost Manu. You came into the season with 3 senior experienced goalkeepers, and you're not going to have Manu for the rest of the season. I wonder if that's something that's on your mind for January, addressing that.
Yeah, so we're always, definitely, because Manu is out, Daphne has been managing issues, so we're definitely looking. When we have more clarity, then of course things will come forward and become public. But we're definitely looking at that position, because we think we need a really strong goalkeeper union with 3 goalkeepers available, and we're not in that situation at the moment, so we'll have to solve that for the second half of the season.
Thanks, see you tomorrow.
Thanks, see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Tim. Helen?
Sorry, just unmuting. Renee, you seem very re-energised today after the international break yourself. In terms of everything about your demeanour, your voice, your mood, everything seems much. I wonder how you spent the international break.
Thanks for that. I take it as a compliment. I think it's important that I come in with energy, so I feel energetic. What I did was I actually had a couple of weeks parental leave left, so without being totally off, I tried to have a week of parental leave, the first week, which was good. Spend some time with the family and with the little one, whilst still being available to do my work and lead on certain processes. But I wasn't here, so that was really good. for me personally. That was my last week, so that's it for now. So you won't see a fresh Renee again. And then the second week was all about planning for the block, and I was here and we had quite some players here, a couple of injured players and a couple of players on the pitch, which was really good. It's always nice when you work with smaller groups, you get to connect differently with both staff and players. So that was a really good week, and that gave a lot of energy. The other piece of energy I got was when the players came back themselves yesterday. It's always before they come in, you're like, where are they at? They all come from different scenarios and different situations. And what's the energy when they come back in? The energy was really high. I think in Brickworks in the restaurant there was a lot of chit chat. Sue, the lady that works in the canteen for us, who's great, all the vibes. She had to plan to put on some music, but I don't think I heard the music because it was very loud. It was very chatty. So good. There's been a lot of energy. So, and again, we've worked 2 days now leading into this game. Liverpool always tried to get the balance right of how much do we do with the players. We did do quite a lot with the players from different perspectives. Preparing for the block and preparing for Liverpool, investment has been really high. So I think therefore my energy here and now as well.
Brilliant. And just following on from what Tim was asking about injuries and things, one of the big things that's happened in the last few weeks is the weather has fallen off a cliff. There's been lots and lots of rain in North London. It's quite a lot colder as well. And I wonder if that maybe sometimes affects your team selection, because players do get injured more in these sort of conditions.
No, it doesn't. Like, I look at who is available and who we think is right, and so that doesn't change with the weather. What changes with the weather is sometimes in training sessions, if we have a heading exercise or whatever, then maybe that changes. You don't want to get too many repetitions of an ice ball falling on your head. And no, but that's the only thing. But otherwise, selection doesn't get affected, and we always work to keep the players as fit as possible across the season. But we know these colder months, we make some small adjustments.
The pitches are so different when you're playing at the Emirates tomorrow, and then on Tuesday when you're playing at Meadow Park. They could not be more different, those pitches.
Bournemouth has been okay. I think it was in an okay state when we played Madrid. It's different conditions. Yes, it's a football pitch though. I think the Bournemouth or Meadow Park is a little bit smaller than the Emirates. It's more towards the minimum size, and Emirates more towards the maximum size. We like both stadiums, pitches. Of course, the Emirates, because we can share our moment with so many fans, and the conditions and facilities are on such a high level for high performance. But then Meadow Park is such an intimate place, and I think it also takes us back to where we come from a little bit. It gives us that perspective and understanding your history, and that's also special for us to come to that place. So we appreciate playing on both pitches, both stadiums.
Thanks. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. We've got a few minutes left, so we could do one from each of the hands that are up on the call. Max, you want to start?
Hi, Renee. Just picking up on the news of Daphne missing the match tomorrow. I was just wondering, I guess it comes from you on, obviously, Alec Ball probably likely coming in there. I'm just wondering how she's feeling, and just a bit more on sort of your thoughts on the player, and how she's feeling coming into the match tomorrow.
Yeah, she's good. She obviously came to us from Wolfsburg, and she hasn't played any competitive game for us yet. But if you look at the game she's played for Wolfsburg and the experience she's built there, we have full confidence, of course, that she will do well for us this block. So she's been training well, and she's developed in the training environment as well. So they've been working really hard with the goalkeeper coach, but also everything that's integrated with the team, and you can see the improvement she's made. So she's been good. Of course, there's been a highly competitive situation with Daphne as well, but she's been doing really well, so she's ready to play for us tomorrow.
Thanks, Max. Thomas?
Hi, Renee.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Just a quick one. We've seen in the past week multiple individual accolades collected by members of your team, with Mashaji Man picking up awards with Leah Williamson and also Alessia Russo. Focusing on Russo, I just wanted a quick comment on how impressed you've been overall with her development this year, and obviously the pivotal role that she plays in the team.
Yeah, so I think I spoke about Alessia after the Madrid game as well. But to start with, I think there's a lot of individuals that are developing with us in the group as football players, as human beings, which you might not always see so clearly. But I think Alessia is at the forefront, and so I understand that you see it, and I'm happy that everyone sees it, because everything she does is investment in herself. It's investment in the team. It's positive. It's constructive. It's hard work. It's everything you want from an athlete. And I think she's such a world-class player. She's played different roles for us as well. Last block she's played in the 10 position a little bit. She does all those things, and she's just so good all round. She's such a good footballer. But like I said, everything that she does off the pitch, it's means the world that a world-class player like Alessia cares so much for her teammates, is so humble and respectful towards staff members that are helping her and supporting her. There's so many things. Her work ethic, her willingness to learn. I think she's such a good role model for all the others. That a player of such high level, such world-class player is doing all these things. It's amazing to see, and she deserves all the reward.
Yeah, perfect. Best of luck for tomorrow. Thanks, Renee.
Thank you.
Great. Finally, Eleanor.
Hi, Renee.
Hey.
Just on Leah, you've obviously been without her for quite a long time. So how important is it to have her back, both as a player and as a person?
Yeah, Leah has a presence, which is sometimes even without speaking, it sets standards and it creates a certain environment. So her leadership, I look forward to having it back. And she's very intelligent. She's good at solving things or communicating things beforehand and afterwards, but she's also very good in the moment. Both solutions from a football perspective, motivational, what the game needs, what the team needs. So it will be really, really good to have her back, and just the fact that she's going to be with the team tomorrow again. She's going to be in the changing room. She's going to give these little injections of communication to other players. It's going to be such a win for the team. So we're really happy that she's back. She hasn't had a long run of team trainings, and there's been very little opportunity for her to train into more chaotic situations than 11v11s, because we just come off the international break. So she's still building, of course. But everyone has seen how good of a footballer Leah is, and it will be such a addition to the team now for this block to get her back.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everyone. We'll leave it there.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Andre, hope you're well. Everybody talks about the big games in the title race, but I just wonder how dangerous are the games, against the likes of Leicester, thinking about West Ham, Everton for a period gave you a really good game.
Yeah.
Those teams in the bottom half of the table, how much of a danger are they to you when you're going to the title?
Yeah, I've said it all the time. I think that I'm not worried about. I think that you will battle good against Arsenal and Chelsea and United, and that will always be tough and good games. But if you would like to win a title, you definitely need to be able to win against Leicester and against Everton and West Ham, wherever you pick the teams or the games where you are expected to win, and being able to deliver on those games, that's how you're winning a title. And so far we have done it. We have won the games. We haven't been perfect in the games, but it's about winning those games, and we have been able to do that, and I expect nothing else from the players or from us, that we are going in with the same attitude and the same determination as we have done in the other games. So, but of course, it's always a difficult game when a team is also a little bit desperate of points.
I just want to ask you about Lauren Hemp, because she's a world-class player. She's always going to make an impact for Manchester City, but to be injured and come in and make such a quick impact in the way that she has, also for England as well, how impressive has that been?
Yeah, it shows something about her own determination of how she has been preparing during the weeks when she was out, and the same thing about our performance team of making her ready. And also taking it, we didn't rush her in. We put her in when she was ready for it. So it's a big and great feedback for both for her or how she prepared, but also for our own staff of doing it the right way. And so yeah, mostly she's a great player, but being able to come in directly and perform how she has been doing is impressive.
That's brilliant. Thanks for that, Andre. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. We'll go to Rachel next.
Hi, Andre.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about Vivianne Miedema and her impact in the team. A bit of a rogue question, but the stats show that she has the best minutes per goal ratio in the month of December than any other player does for any other month in the WSL, and she's just come back from the Netherlands having scored 4. So I just wondered what it's like having a player of that quality that can play such a high level of both the 9 and the 10, and how that kind of influences the other players around her in terms of game intelligence.
No, I think I definitely agree with you. She's an amazing player. She's definitely she's so clever of finding spaces, and like you say, she can play in both those positions as a 9 and as a 10. But she's very good in finding the right positions on the field. But she's also tactically very good. We talk a lot of football. I talk a lot of football with her, and also how can we. My job is to put her in positions and situations where she can express herself. And I think we have succeeded with that quite much during fall, like they also did with the national team in the last game, definitely. So I really like her as a player, but also as a tactical support on the field, because she's taking a big role in that also.
And just a little bit on Leicester, I think they struggled to score in the first half of games. I just wonder about the importance of starting well against them and, trying to put the game to bed early.
Yeah, I think we always want to do that. I think we will always like to start well and score a lot of goals so we can win the game early in that matter. But I also know that a team like Leicester, who is expecting us to come out hard, they definitely will say in the locker room before, just make sure we manage the first 20 minutes, then everything will be open. So they will go in with that attitude, and for me, definitely, if we can score early, that's definitely fine. But the most important thing is to find a way to win during the 90 minutes. And if that means that we struggle in the first 20 minutes but score in the end, then it has to be like that. So just believing in what we have agreed on beforehand and just stick to that, then I think we have a great opportunity to find a way to win during the game.